Stop trying to become someone else in order to succeed. You can follow all the formulas, hit the numbers, get the followers, get the likes, maybe even make the fucking money. But if you hit the pillow at night and you know that you aren't expressing yourself as your most true soul calling version, what are you living for, right? I want to give a little bit of fierce love to kind of spark that fire, because in this video I want to talk about the cost of betraying yourself in order to succeed. We'll talk about what that pattern looks like, and then I really want to express what real success feels like, because no one talks about that. Everyone talks about what success looks like, and I want to help you create without betraying yourself, so that by the end of this video, you can feel more connected to who you truly are as a multi-passionate creative and create the success that feels as alive as it looks. So if you're new here, my name's Kev. I'm an award-winning furniture designer, and I help ambitious creatives get into their body, create from depth, not pressure, so that they can live a fulfilling life now. So, let's talk about what no one wants to talk about. Betraying yourself in the name of, quote, success. What does this look like? It looks like doing what works instead of what's true. It looks like watering down who you are, your message, your voice, your truth, in order to be more palatable and acceptable to the world. It looks like focusing on performing instead of creating and being in that visceral, full devotion. It looks like building something that looks good but feels empty. Whew, that was my experience. Building, especially as a designer that loves aesthetics, building this whole facade of something that looks like everything I ever wanted, but on the inside it's like, this is not it. But having to sustain this image because to everyone else it looked like it definitely was it. And I just want to give you some permission to set all of what the world thinks of you aside and just get real with what feels alive and true for you. Do you even know what success feels like to you? Have you taken the moment to really discern what you want your true successful life to feel like? Not look like, to feel like. Because what you can be sure of here is I'm not going to give you strategy. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'm not going to tell you how to create it. I'm just going to help reveal to you the permission that you don't need, but now you need to give yourself, and the courage to just embody the fullness of who you are so that you can create the life you crave. That's all I'm interested in helping you do. Because there's a kind of success that looks like it's freedom on the outside, but it's a fucking cage on the inside, and I want to help you avoid that. Because truthfully, most people aren't afraid of failure. They're afraid of building a successful life that feels hollow. And I want you to build a full, fulfilling, successful life, you know? So what if success isn't about performance, but it's about alignment? Success, to me, is integrity. It's not metrics, it's not performance. It's focusing on work that energizes and makes me feel alive rather than depletes me and drains me. A great litmus test is after a good day of applying yourself, do you feel exhausted, like you need to numb and distract yourself? Or do you feel more settled into yourself, like you gave it your all and you're proud of who you are? Not a lot of people can say the latter, right? And true success is this kind of visibility, this courage to be seen that doesn't require a mask, that doesn't require you being anyone other than who you are. It's like true success is that, it's that exhale because you're finally home. You're finally rooted in yourself, not embodying the tension of trying to be something other than who you are, you know? Feel that difference in your body between chasing approval from the outside world and just honoring the truth of who you are. Feel what that feels like. For me, I'm tensing the sides of my ribs. I'm even maybe sucking in my gut a little bit, which is not good, especially if you're a man. You know, I'm maybe up in my chest, I'm up here, versus just being rooted. Like right now I'm sitting on a stool, but like in that case it'd be like, am I like feeling the weight? Am I pushing my weight down into the seat below me? Am I feeling light up here? Am I feeling grounded in my core, you know? That's confidence. That's being rooted in who you are without needing to put on this facade of being up here, you know? Like, and that's also just energetically not trustworthy, right? It might be very unconscious to most people, but energetically we pick up on when people are trying to be something other than who they are. I don't want to give my money to that person. I don't want to be friends with that person. I want to actually sit them down and get curious about why they're abandoning themselves, you know? But that's just me because I'm fucking crazy, you know? So, oh dude, don't even get me started, sorry, while I'm here. So many people are pretending to be something other than themselves so that they can be more liked, not to mention how that translates into social media. If they feel like they can be more liked, they'll get more likes, and they're like, if I can go viral and get a lot of likes, then I'll finally be worthy. Ooh, doesn't work like that, right? Focus on going deeper, not higher up there, right? That's a great frame. So now let's talk about how to create without betraying yourself. You know, I want to offer you just like the embodied practice of being alive in your body. So this is about creating deep resonance over focusing on the kind of outer metrics, the reach, right? If it doesn't feel alive, drop it. It's not success. If it's not connecting you and bringing you closer to who you want to be, if it's not allowing you to feel the fire in your belly, if it's not making you feel like this is why I'm here, fucking drop it. It's not sustainable. Could you realistically see yourself doing something that doesn't make you feel alive for 10 years? Focus on what feels resonant in your body. Because when you create from that place, it's naturally going to resonate with the people who it's designed to resonate for. When you do not create from that place, you're trying to resonate with people who aren't you, and you don't actually know those people. And even if you do become successful in that capacity, it's hollow and it's bound for burnout, because you're trying to connect with someone that you wouldn't naturally normally want to connect with if they saw the fullness of who you are. And I would much rather you show up absolutely in your most authentic, resonant self, so that people who see that feel it. It's not about what it looks like, it's what it feels like. And I would much rather you have 10 people that you deeply impact than 1,000 people who say, yeah, maybe I like that guy, he's okay. Like, have a spine. Be a stand for the truth of who you are. Let people dislike you. Get comfortable making other people uncomfortable. Because when you connect to yourself, you are going to be set apart from 99% of other people, which means someone's gonna have an opinion about you. And I was watching a funny episode of Seinfeld last night where George was literally dating this woman, and this woman's trying to connect with him, and he was so concerned about his best friend's girlfriend liking him that he wasn't present every time he was hanging out with this girl. He was like, do you think she likes me? And he's like, I need everyone to like me. And it's like, actually true how often we try to go about our lives making everyone like us. And that's just unrealistic, right? The most realistic thing you can do is just to be who you are and deal with the fact that not everyone is meant for you. That's liberating. That doesn't have to be a weakness. That can be a strength, right? So another way we can kind of get in this embodied integrity of letting success be authentic to us is to lead with our nervous system. Not urgency, not strategy, but lead with how can I be regulated and move from a place of being wide and deep. Because when I am regulated, I am open. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to meet whatever life throws my way. So when I'm wide, open, and deep, I am able to receive more, hold more, give more, stay connected to myself through a more wide range of stimuli. That's magnetic. That also just feels really good as the human embodying that, because you're like, I'm powerful, I'm confident, I got this, right? And so then also just when you're connected in that wideness of your nervous system, you also lead with what is true, not what's trending, right? You don't subscribe to all the bullshit in vogue narratives of do this, try this is what's hot right now. You just realize that authenticity is the most magnetic thing over time. You're not chasing the overnight success, you're chasing deep, sustainable fulfillment, you know? So I want you to come back to yourself, embody that sort of capacity to be wide, to be authentic without waiting on other people to say you're doing a good job, you know? I don't want you to climb a ladder that's not yours to begin with. I want you to design and build your own ladder. Fuck, I don't even want you to get up on a ladder of success, you know? I want you just to build something that makes you feel like your feet are on the ground, you're connected to yourself, you're in your power and in your truth, you know? I want your body to be your compass. I want your soul to be the fire that animates your work. And that's what success feels like. People can tell you what it looks like all day long, but that's what it feels like. And that's my gift to you, is hopefully you taking a breath in for a moment and realizing, man, shit, what's my version of what that success feels like? What does it feel like for me to be connected to my soul, to be connected to my fire, to be connected to my body? And if that's something you're genuinely curious about exploring, I invite you to check out the Embodied Creator Toolkit. It was designed exactly to help ambitious creatives get into their body, experiment with giving from a deeper integrity, presence, so that they can just impact the world in a way that is true and authentic, you know? So the link's in the description below. You can also check out my free newsletter, another great resource. And subscribe if you haven't, because there's plenty more where this came from, and I want y'all to get every download. So thank you all for being here. Appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!